Hey everybody, Christopher Greene, AMTV, Alternative Media Television. Please excuse the look. It's early in the morning. I just woke up. Wanted to make sure that I got this out as soon as I could relay it to you. I've received prophecy that Hillary Clinton will be running for president of the United States. It is confirmed. She is already running, and she has been secretly running for some time now. And we thought that this may have been the case, but now it's been confirmed to me by the Holy Spirit. And this is significant because this ties into a video that I did just a couple of days ago, where I indicated to you, my audience, that December 15th was a very, very special date. And the reason why is it will mark the forceful removal of the current president of the United States, Donald John Trump, President 45. Now, we see on Capitol Hill with the Judiciary Committee right now the full intention to remove the President of the United States. And this is the beginning of the forced, manipulated unraveling of our president. But more important than that, the official unraveling of this country. I don't know if it's ever coming back. I don't know if it can ever be repaired from here, frankly. Now, I talked about yesterday how Matt Drudge has either sold the Drudge Report, he's been intimidated or strong-armed to basically just give away his creation, or there's been a serious psychological and editorial shift as many of Trump's allies have been thrown under the bus to the wolves, either to sit in prison or to be censored down the rabbit hole into oblivion where they no longer have a voice. And I fear that Americans are far too asleep to realize, or if they do, even if they understand, to care about really doing anything to change anything significantly. I also think that most Americans are grossly underestimating what we're facing and what we will face with a potential Hillary Clinton presidency in 2020. This isn't our father's wars that we will be fighting. Let me give you an example of this. The 5G towers that they're installing in every neighborhood, including the one that I'm in right now, notice they're putting these in schools and kids are getting cancer and dying as a result of this new 5G millimeter wavelength because it destroys your DNA, gives you these gross diseases, but can also be used for mind control. But more importantly, will be used, in my opinion, to disarm the American public, to disarm you tuning in. You know, I hear a lot of people say, no, Christopher, we can defend ourselves. We have the Second Amendment here in the United States. Everything's going to be fine. If they can't forcefully remove that right through confiscation, they simply make it obsolescent. Did you hear what I just said? If they can't forcefully remove through confiscation, they simply make it obsolescent, which means all they need to do, and this is why they have 5G, is hit a switch. Scramble your DNA, change your mind frequency, and in addition to that, it can make the use of our Second Amendment completely, it won't work. Obsolescent is the perfect word. So I wanted to do this video for you guys. I'm headed into studio here in a moment to broadcast, but it is official. I've received prophecy from the Holy Spirit to confirm that Hillary Clinton will be running for the presidency of the United States. Now, something very important also is going to happen in coordination with that. Collapse of the entire U.S. stock market and U.S. global economy. They need this, and notice Trump even tweeted about this today. He says, well, they can impeach me, but the economy's at an all-time high, and people have jobs, and stocks are doing really well. Well, that's exactly why the puppet masters that control the puppet strings will be torching the U.S. stock market very, very soon. And this will be in coordination with the announcement of Hillary Clinton running for presidency. That's the arrow that they're going to fire, right? That's their tactic and strategy to make the American people malleable enough. And again, this is a circus too. Think about what a circus this is. I mean, Hillary Clinton, it's official now, running for president of the United States against Donald Trump. I mean, this is like WWE or WWF. Like, really? Like, think about that for a moment. This is the best America's got, folks. This is America today. Donald Trump, the reality TV star, versus Hillary Clinton, the vampire that's risen from the dead, part 2. I mean, this is scary stuff. But the important thing to note is that they're going to drive this economy into collapse mode. And again, this has been prophesied as well to me. People ask me, Christopher, why do you keep beating the dead horse? Why do you keep telling me this over and over again? Because I know what's going to happen. Just like I knew it was going to happen in 2008 and 09, I went to my clients and friends and family members, and I was a money manager for years. I managed hundreds of millions of dollars on behalf of my clients. I told everyone to get out of the stock market. I told them to go to cash. This was in and around the time Bear Stearns and Lehman Brothers were collapsing, and I'm saying the same thing again 11 years later because nothing's changed and we have the same problems. Really what's going to happen is I think there's going to be a declaration of a debt jubilee. We already see Elizabeth Warren and some of the other radical socialist candidates talking about this, where they just want to extinguish debt completely, just get rid of it. Now, that sounds good on paper, but you can't just get rid of debt. If you get rid of debt like that in a debt jubilee, there's going to be hyperinflation, there's going to be panic, you're going to have banks shut down in the United States of America, and I think that's what's going to happen. Also, what's been grossly overlooked in this country, and I have a low battery, FYI, if this cuts out, hopefully it doesn't. The repurchasing agreements, some of this might not make sense to everyone here, but if you're a finance person like I am, they were purchasing overnight lending agreements with banks as they lend to each other back and forth using the open market window at the Federal Reserve. It is basically illiquid right now. The New York Fed has been pumping anywhere from $50 to $100 billion per week into this market to make sure that the banks stay solvent. This will go over a lot of people's heads. They just don't understand basic economics. The education system in our country is the worst in the world. It's terrible. It's a lot better in China. It's a lot better in North Korea, actually. Education is a lot better there than it is here. People are very dumbed down. Most students can't do basic math here in the United States. They're brainwashed completely. But because of this gross illiquidity, I mean, we even have big bankers that received trillions of dollars worth of bailouts in 2008 and 2009, Jamie Dimon warning that this could be the impetus for the greatest financial collapse, crisis, and crash in world history. The point I'm making, not to speak over your head, is that the warning signs are everywhere. Like, it is worse than 2008 and 2009. It is just staring us all in the face. Debt's at record highs, car loans record highs, car debt, home debt, college debt, medical debt. All the debt is beyond where it's ever been in world history. And so I'll just close with this. And this really is a follow-up video to the last one that I made, marking December 15th as the day that would begin the forceful removal and impeachment of your 45th president of the United States. And now I'm confirming, through the guidance of the Holy Spirit and God himself, that it is official. Hillary Clinton will be announcing her run for presidency in 2020. And this has been pre-planned, this has been engineered long in advance. I've said that this is coming for some time now. People think I'm crazy, but I'm telling you, this is the absolute truth. When it comes to you and your family, it is also so important that you prepare, that you get right with God, that you make sure that your soul is prepped, because we truly are living in the end times. It is also important that if you do have wealth, you do have assets, you do have things that you're trying to protect, that you protect them. I encourage you to do that. So I talk about it every single day. It's not a sales pitch. It's because I believe that you need to do it wholeheartedly. Click the link below. Sign up and get our free newsletter. It is my direct communique with you. I haven't been silenced yet. It's how I get my video content out to you. It's how I can relay these messages from the Holy Spirit and more with you, my audience. I've been doing this for 11 years for a reason, because I've been called by God to do this. And it's one of the reasons I'm still around, because he and you, my audience, who's been sharing my message and the good word and praying for us here at Alternative Media Television, AMTV, have protected us. I really believe we have angels around us. And I really believe, even though we might be David versus Goliath, even though we're competing with billions of dollars, trillions of dollars, the mainstream media propaganda giant that appears that they can squash us just like a gnat or a fly. I actually believe, because I have faith in you, my audience, that we will be victorious, that we will win, because I know his glory will shine. And I know the words coming from my mouth are not mine. They're his, because they're inspired by his word. And they're inspired by America, by our ability and our God-given human right to be free, to love each other. Our love, my love for this country, my love for you tuning in. And I want you to understand, we are at war in this country. I want you to understand that everything is on the line. And what you do today matters with the tools you have at your disposal. Again, if we are, and you are David, we're the slingshot, we need to fire. You can simply do that in a number of ways. Number one, probably the most important thing, is you get on our email list. That way, again, I have a direct link of communication with all of you tuning in. That won't go away. It assures I can continue to deliver content to you on a daily basis, free of charge. Secondly, you must share this video. Brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, especially you Christians out there, you men and women of faith, please get this message out. Understand the severity of the words that I bring to you today. Understand that this truly is a mission from God himself. Understand that if you do nothing, you don't like, share this video, tell your friends and family about us and about what's happening here in the United States of America, we will cease to exist and we will perish.